Okay, this is Greg with CenTex Printing, and I'm going to go through and show you how I set up roll labels. So specifically, we're going to do a 2-inch round roll label. And for this example, we're just going to use a graphic that I just made up for our company here. But I'm starting off with a new file here, a 2-inch artboard that we have ready to go. I am going to place the artwork I created. Let me zoom out here. Like I said, this was just one that we just did really quick. And I'm going to get this roughly down. I don't want it that small. I'm going to make it around 2.7 or so. I want to try to get as much of this splattery background on here as I can. So that looks pretty good. We'll recenter that. If I were to go through right now and just send this to the printer, and we're printing to an Epson C6500 label printer, if I were to send that now, I'll have the round labels in there, but it's going to print the full width and height of the graphic or the size that we have it going to. So if I say it's a 2-inch label at the printer, if I say that that's what we're printing on, that's what the media is set up for, it's going to print everything outside of the circle as well. It's going to print all of this. This is not restricted. The print would be all over the backing paper, and it would make a mess when you went to go roll it up, because that ink does not dry very well at all, if ever. I have no idea. I've never had enough ink on them to check them a week later, but I know for sure that a day or two later the ink is still wet if it's on that backing paper. So we try to minimize that as much as possible. We do have sometimes where we need to print just beyond the edge, just very slightly, just because people have a full bleed and you have to have the graphic run off the edge. Otherwise, it looks even worse if it's just got a little white area there where it didn't fully print. So, but there's a way you can restrict that, and what we're going to do is we're going to do that with a clipping mask. So, down here in your layers panel, I just create a new layer, and I put that on top. And what I'm going to do is I'm going to create a circle, and we're going to do the fill color is going to be something pretty bold, and we don't need a stroke. And I'm going to go up here on my artboard, and I want this to be just a little bit bigger than 2 inches so we can print fully to the edge of the label itself. So I drag this down, holding the shift key, and I'm going to put this at about 203, maybe 202 is generally what I run them at. And then we will center that. So we have our circle in place now that's laid over top of our artwork. And what we're going to do now is hit the shift key and select that other layer. And at this point you can either hit Control-7 to create a clipping mask, or you can just go to Object, Clipping Mask, Make. So this cleans that up exactly the way you would want it for the label. And you can play around with the size a little bit. What I'll generally do at this point is do a couple test prints, make sure everything's printing to the edge. You can make adjustments at the printer itself, which I'll show you in another video, that will allow you to adjust the left and right shift and the up and down shift, so that you can get the decal centered perfectly on the label itself. So, but just wanted to show you how I initially get the artwork set up for this, and from there you would send it to the printer and make your final adjustments and then get them going. It doesn't take long at all. That Epson C6500 is fantastic for doing roll labels. So, if you have any other questions, feel free to post them in the comments. If you have any suggestions, post them in the comments as well. Be sure to like and subscribe. We'd be happy to grow this channel even more and maybe learn from each other. I know there's a lot of stuff out there that a lot of people can teach me, that's for sure. I am no expert at this by any means, but happy to help wherever I can, and definitely willing to learn as much as possible about this. I absolutely love this job, love this work, love this industry. So, again, feel free to like, subscribe, and comment. And if you have anything else that you'd like to see us do on here, we will be happy to do it. Thank you. Take care. Have a great day.